We have worked with a myriad of e-commerce stores and brands, large and small, $100+ million in revenue, and startups, and everything in between. And we had the benefit to observe the differences between those that are small and continue to stay small, meaning under $10 million in revenue, and those that grow to become very successful, definitely $10+ million in revenue. And here are the 7 fundamental differences between those who become very successful and those that tend to stay on the smaller side. Number 1, every successful brand has one person who is directly responsible for growing the business. They do not necessarily do everything that is needed to be done to promote the brand and sell the products. No, they have teams to do that, and that's another point. But there is one person who is in charge of growth. Like, it is their neck that's on the line if the company doesn't grow. It could be the founder, it could be a chief operating officer, chief marketing officer, whoever. But there's always one person who is 100% responsible for growing sales. Number 2, they have a marketing and sales plan that they actually execute on. It is not sporadic, it is not ad hoc. They actually have a plan that they follow. In that plan, they have benchmarks which they're trying to achieve, and they measure against those benchmarks, trying to figure out whether they're hitting the targets or not. And if they're not hitting the targets, why not? And that monitoring is always very, very ongoing. Number 3, they have a budget for growth. And that budget, was not derived like thinking like, well, here's how much money we have to invest into marketing and advertising. No, it's always very strategic thinking. It is, we're looking to achieve X number of dollars in revenue the following year. We're going to spend a certain percentage of that expected revenue on ensuring that we actually get that revenue. That number could be 7%, 10%, 15% of future revenue, whatever it is that is reasonable, that actually works for the brand or the store to achieve that revenue growth. Number 4, they have a strong team that actually drives that sales performance. For most larger brands, those who have achieved revenues of like 20 million plus, they want to micromanage that team and actually have full control over that team. So they go in often, not always, they hire an internal team that costs them anywhere between $500,000 and $1 million in annual expenditure, so that they would have that team internally. The smaller brands on the other side, even very successful ones, tend to outsource this. And the reason for that is they do not try to bloat their payroll expenses. They want to be efficient, no matter how large they grow. And that efficiency comes from hiring an expertly but outside team that could save you anywhere between 60 to 90% in expenses, depending on how large of a team and how much it is that they actually need to do on a regular basis. Number 5, successful brands leverage an affiliate network. They understand that to reach a scale, you need to go to the marketplace, and you need to go to the marketplace wide. But you cannot just blow up your budget going very, very wide. So the way that it is typically done by larger, more successful brands is they leverage affiliate networks. Affiliates work for free unless they deliver a sale. There's no cost per click there. If somebody buys, you pay them a commission. If nobody buys, you don't pay them anything for those clicks. So they hire an army of affiliates that promote their products, promote their brand, and only end up paying a small commission for all of that promotion. That type of amplification creates so much brand and product awareness that the companies, these brands, really grow much faster than they would have otherwise. A case in point, Amazon has deployed affiliate marketing at the early stage of their business and continue to do so now 23 years after the company was started. Why? Because they understand the power behind such a vast network of people who are hungry to collect a small commission on every sale that they help them make. It is incredibly important to do that. Number 6, successful brands hire a marketing and sales auditor on a quarterly basis. Here's what I mean by that. Because marketing and sales really drives the revenue and success of the business, it is vitally important to have a third party, not your internal marketing team, not your external marketing team, a third party actually audit what is being done, how well it's being done, and what are the gaps, what opportunities exist that could improve the performance on the dollar spent on growing the business. Very important, and only very successful brands do this, because this is like a really advanced thing to do. Most smaller teams, even successful smaller teams, do not think about this very strategic tactic, right? I know it's strategic tactic, but it is a strategic tactic, right? It's easy to do, but it's easy to just not do it, right? So if you want to grow a very, very profitable business that grows very large, you have to have that independent auditor look at the results and how they're being arrived at, so that you actually do reach that scale. And the final point, number 7, successful brands regularly reach out and talk to their customers. And the reason why they do it, I mean, like literally they pick up the phone and call them or email them and actually ask them questions, because it's the end consumer that actually buys the products that can give you the hints how to get more consumers like them, how to increase average order value, and how to increase how often they actually buy, the customer return rate. If you ask them the right questions, once a quarter, you select a sample of 20, 30, 40, 50 customers to talk to and actually find out what they love, what they hate, how you can improve, etc., etc., etc. By asking those strategic questions of that relatively small sample size of your existing customers, you will learn how to grow your business much, much, much faster. No consultant will be able to help you as much as your existing customers. So here are the 7 points that you can implement in your business without blowing up your budget, that will help you grow your business astronomically faster. If you want to learn more about how we operate and how we implement some of these things and help your business grow, click contact us or call us and we will walk you through the process.